Okay. If you don't know who I am, my name is Gerard Henry. I'm the founder of Artist Rise. You're gonna quickly see there's nothing special or fancy here. But what I think is special is we have the best results in the art space. Working with almost 1,000 artists at this point. And some of those artists have some pretty crazy numbers following the same tactics. I teach to all my artists. So today, what I want to talk about, if you're a visual artist, is like what I consider the most advanced tactic any artist should be using if they want to sell artwork specifically. So this won't work for everything, but I do think it works really well. We're just gonna get bigger. It really works really well for artwork. So the way I'm explaining is because I had a client who I just started working with about a month and a half ago, named Melissa. I'm actually going to be doing an interview with her soon. But Melissa Medina. And what happened with this artist is she ended up making almost $13,000 from zero in 1.5 months. So in about 45 days, which I think is extremely impressive. And there's one overall thing she talked about that helped her do it. So before I show you explain like how that happened, I think it'd be cool for me to kind of like talk about and show it to you, like show you what she actually did. But when I'm going to my community with the artists I work with. It's a Facebook group where they all hang out, ask questions. Every time I see how the camera going out. Every time I seem to go into the Facebook group, it just turn off my camera and show a J. So just don't mind that. So like, let's check this out. So I come here, community. So this is like the community where all about artists and stuff hang out, ask each other questions. Actually, check this out. This is pretty cool. So this is Kirsten Mary 9 hours ago. Small win today. I booked a $1,700 commission, which is cool for Kirsten. But that's not what we talking about today. Today we talking about Melissa. So let me see if I can find it. Melissa Medina. So this is Melissa Medina here. See some of her artwork. Pretty cool art. I think this is actually her profile. I don't want her profile. Let's see. We go. Let me go to sold. So I showcase some of the results from artists we work with. Let me see if I can find Melissa. Cool. Here she is here. All right. So this is her profile. So I can show you some of her art. So she does very like spiritual work, very beautiful work with crystals and things like that. Here's Melissa with the beautiful art. But check this out. So here's when Melissa and I began working together. You can see April 16th. She kind of said like, "Hey everybody, I'm a new artist to the group. I'm super excited. Mixed media sculpture artist from San Diego. Cool." Notice the date, April 16th. April 16th. You can see some of the artists like responding to her, things like that. She asked some questions about conversations. And then check this out. May 20th. I wanted to share some celebrations. This is when she was at 7,700. And if I scroll up to recent, you see she come with screenshots. But May 25th. So we're talking about a month and 9 days. About a month and 9 days. And in a month and 9 days, you'll see here she says, "My third commission of the month came through, $12,835." And then you can see she says 8,392 collected. I'm at a loss of words, which is really cool. But what I want to do is I'm going to break down exactly how this happened. So you can see she just said like how she's so excited, how her why, which I'm gonna talk about in this video here, how why is continuing to scale her art. And you can just say like, let's go Amory Gerard. Amory just my assistant, who's also an artist, and she also assists all the artists in the training. And then obviously I'm Gerard. But now that we've seen that, I'm gonna try to get my camera back on, and then we're gonna continue the rest of this party. Cool. Let me see if I can make this perfect. We don't need no bigger than that. That worked. All right. So I just showed you the results with Melissa, but more important, we're talking about like the how, like how did it actually happen? And by the way, I didn't script this video at all. It was just was something I was thinking about while I was here, like wrapping up some work. So it's gonna be all over the place. I'm gonna prepare you now, but also I'm gonna tell you probably want to grab notes grab notes, grab pen and paper to take notes, because this is a very advanced strategy. Not advanced, but it's a strategy that works extremely well. And if you can implement this in your art career, it'll change everything moving forward. And once again, I'm gonna talk about it kind of like all over the place, so just bear with me. And by the way, let me know if you're okay with this style video. This style video allows me to get videos completed really fast and really consistently, because I'm literally just at my desk when I wrap up my work days. I work anywhere from like 7 in the morning to 9 at night, or 9 in the morning to 10 at night. So I do get really busy, and this just makes it really easy for me to record these videos for you guys. And that's 7 days a week, by the way. I work 7 days a week. With that being said, here's the thing. What Melissa is using is what I call the FFA method. It's the family friends approach. So what happened was, when me and Melissa started working together, she already had like a decent, not even decent, but she had like a small following. She had some people who purchased her artwork in the past, some people who was interested in her artwork. And what I had her focus on was something I teach called the why. The why is basically you breaking down exactly why you create the artwork you love to create. Now, we all have an artist statement. Like, it's easy for us to talk about like the artist statement. And it usually sounds something like, I just want to give back to the world. I just want people to like figure out why they love my work. I just want to make people happy. And that's not a why. Your why is like your deep reasoning behind why you create the artwork you create, right? So I give an example of a why right here. An example of a why, let's say for myself, would be me growing up in poverty around other young black men, and realizing how hard it was for a young black man to make it out of poverty independently, made me realize, once I did make it out, I wanted to give back and show all the young black men that there's an opportunity for you to succeed as long as you put your mind to it, right? Now I'm sharing my story, and I may wrap that story up by saying, so I wanted to pick young black men and either older black men in these heroic situations in order to inspire them, to show them that there is hope, there is better, right? Now, that will be my why. I'm sharing why I create the artwork I create today. And what happens is you start to share that why with your audience, right? Now, I'm not going to talk about Melissa's why, because that's her why. And usually your why is usually a very vulnerable topic. It's a very vulnerable story, because usually your why, hopefully you're taking notes, usually your why is to move you away from some type of trauma, problem, situation to a resolution, which is you depict that resolution through your artwork, right? So let's say that's my why that I just communicated. Now, what happens is when you start to communicate that why with others who resonate with that why, they instantly become drawn towards your artwork, because they feel like your artwork is a part of them. And here's why this is so important. This is so important because art is an emotional purchase. I'm gonna say it again. Art is an emotional purchase. It's not a logical purchase. People don't logically go buy art, right? Because art doesn't solve any actual problems, right? For example, if you want to like buy a couch, that's different. We need somewhere to sit in our home, right? But art doesn't hold that same type of value, because art is based on what's called perceived value. Is worth what someone believe is worth, right? Which could be changed. Now, you may have to play that little part back, that last little minute back a few times to really understand what I'm saying, and then it's going to click. But basically, in short, because art have no actual value and it's based on perceived value, to get someone to see the value, they have to connect with the artwork. And the best way to build connection is through stories. People resonate with stories. This is the same reason why people become huge fans of certain movie series and TV series, right? So stand on track. As Melissa began to share her story, people start to really gravitate towards that story because they felt like that was a version of themselves. So they automatically started building genuine relationships with Melissa. People like, wow, this artwork speaks to me. This story speaks to me. It resonates with me. It all makes sense. And when that happens, then when that connection happens, they are more likely to purchase, will purchase at a higher price. So just like I teach all my artists, if you knew and you don't, like, you haven't been following my videos, you just come across me or so, one thing I'm very big on, I talk about a lot, is the power of a conversation. It's crucial. So basically, what Melissa would do is she would have conversations with people who already resonate with her artwork. Like they already connect with the message and the meaning behind the artwork. So that conversation is a very genuine and harmonious conversation, right? So that sell becomes very easy because of a few things. One, the person already connect with the artwork because they speak to them. Two, they feel like they already have a relationship with the artist, in this case, which would be Melissa. And then three, because they have that relationship and they connect with her, they feel like she's a part of their family, which is why I call this the FFA method. The FFA method stands for the family friends approach. Now, the next question is, Droid, how can I use this in my art career? Like, how can I use this method on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're hanging out at? How can I use this method in conversations, let's say with potential buyers, friends, people who show interest in my artwork? Here's what you want to do. First, you have to start sharing your story. Stop just posting your artwork saying, hey, 36 by 48 all year long canvas for sale. Here's the title. Really start to share why you created that artwork. And then people are going to start to connect with you on a more personal level. That's first. As they connect with you, try and push as many people to conversation as possible. Like as many freaking people as you can. You want to get them into conversation. And in conversation, don't focus on the sale. The sale is going to happen, but focus on making sure that they connect with your artwork. So you guys talking about why this artwork is important to them. Why do they connect with this artwork? How do it makes them feel? And you start to share your own experiences that led you to create that work. Then they're going to start to say stuff like, wow, this really resonates with me. You really get me. You really understand. Like, oh my God, I need this. At that point, you just make them the offer on the artwork. Like if I was making an offer, can you see yourself owning it? That's a phrase I talk about a lot, and I'm giving it to you right now for you to use to grow your art career. Right? So just use it. Once again, if you debate on if you should use it or not, keep in mind I just logged into the Facebook group to show you Melissa's basically results. And it may not logged in the same day you seen a result from another artist who just sold a piece for, I forgot how much it was, like 1600, 18, something like that. So basically it shows that it works. So you just have to apply it, right? With that being said, once you make that offer, they're more likely to purchase because they genuinely resonate with the piece because it speaks to them. So at that point, it's not about price, right? Because they already built the value emotionally in their mind. And that's literally what Melissa did. Got into a lot of conversations with people who already resonated with the reason why she created the artwork. They got drawn in a bit closer. She made an offer. They purchased. With that being said, if you would like to learn more about this stuff, you got two options. You can follow my YouTube channel, right? So just subscribe below, and it's free. It's YouTube, right? You can literally start binge watching my content, whatever works for you. Or if you're like, hey, I don't want to spend a time doing that, you can schedule a call directly with me below this video. If you schedule a call with me, it's going to be like a 45-minute call to see if I'm able to help you achieve the goals you want to achieve with your artwork. And then if we both agree that's a great fit, I can explain what it looked like to work with me, which obviously that requires an investment. It's the same investment Melissa made that got her to 13,000 her first month and a half, and every single other artist I work with to this day. Hopefully you found this video valuable. Like, no one in the art space is talking about these things, and I feel like I'm capable to talk about these things because I invest a lot of money to learn from the smartest minds, and I teach what I learned to the artists I work with to make sure they crush it. So I don't say I'm no genius, I just say I learn from the geniuses, so you don't have to invest the same money and go through the same trials and errors to learn that information. That's it. With that being said, subscribe or schedule a call. If you're really smart, you'll probably do both. And if you like this style video, please comment and let me know, because it makes it 10 times easier for me. And if it works, it works. So with that being said, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.